Hello, everybody. This is ARWEN Lewis, and welcome back to the ARWEN Lewis Show. Today, my very special guest is artist Reeva, and she's a songwriter, a collaborator, a classically trained musician. She's also trained in Carnatic and Hindustani vocals and classical piano. She's a recording artist and has had some great accomplishments that we're going to start talking about pretty soon here. But first, I wanted to let you know that if you want to contact Reeva, you can contact her at at gmail.com. That's REEWARATHOD at gmail.com. On Instagram at Reeva Ratad, and also Facebook under her name, Spotify under Reeva, which is spelled REEWA. And anyway, I have another cool thing to tell everybody about. Reeva and I are both part of a showcase coming up in here in Santa Barbara on Wednesday, December 5th at Soho. And it's Lois Mahalia's Holiday Hang. So Lois is going to be featuring guest performances from Reeva, Andres Jones, myself, Zach Madden, and Angus Cook, and so much more. It's going to be a great night. You can get tickets and dinner reservations at sohosb.com. Anyway, so Reeva, let's come back and let's talk about some of your accomplishments, because you know, with your career having not I mean, it's been long and extensive, basically your whole life, right? But I feel like you're still pretty young and you've just had some amazing things happen for you. So let's talk about that you winning the Pepsi Music Award. How did that make you feel, and how were you selected to win, and what song were you chosen for that?
I was ecstatic. I mean,
yeah.
So the song is called One Above from my album Saya Tere Ishka.
Okay.
And that was my debut song, actually. And when I was writing One Above, I was, told by someone that it's not up to the mark, it's not going to work, and I should try and compose something else. And I was completely devastated by this incident. But this discouraging review made me more determined to achieve what I believed in, and I took my chances and I just released it on YouTube and all social media platforms. And the very next year it won the Pepsi Mirchi Music Award for the best song of the year.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and I feel like living with fear stops us from taking risks, and if you don't go out on the branch, you're never going to get the best fruit. So one basic principle I follow in my life is to follow my heart and not the crowd.
Well, and that, I think that's the most important motive for being a musician and a performer, because I think the audience can really feel that too. When you're making something that's authentic, it's coming from your heart. And when you're expressing it that way, right, like the audience feels that and they feel moved and connection, and they feel community and part of something greater than themselves.
And the music video is very, very interesting. It has this medieval vibe to it, and it sets the mood for a romantic evening in the misty woods, and it's almost like Alice in Wonderland. It's so beautiful. You have to watch the video. For those
where can you find it?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's Maula, Maula, One Above, Reeva. And they'll find the video. And it has these interesting blue characters like avatars. And there's a warlock and an old man with a brown cloak who, he resembles the evil warlock or a sorcerer. And it's just very mystical and interesting. And I've added a lot of riffs and runs in the song. So I feel that it liberates my music as a horse runs in the wild. And I'm riding a horse too. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch it. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
How about, let's talk about how the making of that video, where was it made?
In India, a place called Uti is like a hill station in India, and it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. And we started shooting at 4 a.m. in the morning, and it was freezing. It was the month of December, and I was shivering in the outfit. And I had to ride bareback. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Do you ride
Yeah.
horses, or was that
I
like
do, I
okay?
do. Yeah, I used to ride professionally. I used to do show jumping and dressage.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with the concept for the video?
Well, I always wanted a mystical video because the song had that vibe to it. And then my director, it was his idea and, you know, his imagination that just brought it to life. It was amazing.
Who was the director?
His name is Razy.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, everybody, you can go look that up on YouTube. And let's keep talking about more of your accomplishments. So was the Pepsi Award kind of your first big
It was because it was for my debut song, so it was
okay.
the biggest thing ever.
Oh, here we go.
Something just happened. Oh, what is this? What's happening?
Jeremiah is playing your music video.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think we're playing this song too today, aren't we?
Yeah, we opened with it.
Oh yeah, okay.
You can direct YouTube.
And one interesting fact I want to mention about this song is that I tried to, you know, create this unique sound for the word Maula, because Maula is related to Sufism. It's usually spiritual. So I tried to make it sound very modern and very pop, I would say.
Okay. So yeah, you took like the old philosophy and like modernized it basically with like a kind of like a pop modern ethereal song.
Yeah. I worked really hard to compose this tune. I had sleepless nights. It took me a long time.
It did.
Yeah.
So the idea kind of came to you and then you just went to work and brought it to life.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It took me a couple of weeks to finish it. I finished composing it, and then a few more weeks to figure out how I want to sing it and what tone I should give it, because I didn't want to sing it in the typical Indian way. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, how about some of the songs that were chosen by DJ Ravin for Buddha Bar? Can you tell us which song?
Yeah, so I mean, everyone knows that Buddha Bar is the world-renowned lounge music label in Paris. And a few years ago, I composed a song called En Route Ganesha. And even though the lyrics were all like Indian shlokas, mantras, I made sure that it has a really chilled out vibe to it. And back then, Buddha Bar was my inspiration when I made the track. Anyhow, I put it up on my YouTube channel, and eventually after a couple of months, I got an email from the resident DJ of Buddha Bar, DJ Ravin, saying that he wanted to include my song in their 20 years compilation album. And
beautiful.
So yeah, it just happened all of a sudden out of the blue, and I was on top of the world. And then there was no holding back, and I've been composing and singing for Buddha Bar ever since. And I've recorded around 9 to 10 songs now, which have all been a part of their glorious albums. And another song I wrote called Love and Desire, which got selected in the Buddha Bar Greatest Hits. It just released like 2 years ago, and I feel humbled. Yeah. And my favorite track is from the album Peace, Love, and Summer. Everyone has to listen to that one. It's a beautiful track.
And what is the name of that track?
Avedra Sunset.
Okay.
Peace, Love, and Summer, featuring Justine Sont and DJ Ravin.
Okay.
It is a really cool track.
How can they find it? Can they just, is there like a Buddha Bar?
Spotify, Apple Music.
Okay.
All social media platforms.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we're gonna run out to break again pretty soon here. If you're just tuning in, my very special guest is Reeva, and we're talking about all of her accomplishments as a recording artist, her beautiful education as a Hindustani and Carnatic vocalist, as well as a master in Western vocals as well, and classical piano. And we're going to take you out to break with her song I Fly. and bring you back in with latest remix. So for I Fly, can you tell us a little bit about that song?
So it's composed by Richard Cocciante,
Okay.
and he's a French-Italian composer, and it's written by Roxanne Seaman. And we're working on a project together, so she approached me with the song, and she wanted me to put my vocals down, yeah, I just felt connected to the song, and then I got it produced by a dear friend in India,
Okay.
who played the guitars on it. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, please enjoy Riva's song I Fly, and we'll be right back to talk more about this amazing artist that I'm very blessed to have on the show today. So thank you again, Riva, for coming on.